Let me ask you a crazy question. Are you in business to make money? If this is a crazy question to you, that's good. That means that we're on the same page. Of course you are. But if you say, no, I'm in business to do good, then I would push back and I would say, but you can't do much good if you don't make money. Then I would whip out my handy pocket Merriam-Webster's dictionary and I would show you the textbook definition of an entrepreneur, which is defined as a person who starts a business and is willing to risk loss in order to make money. But I get it. It's not all about money. And frankly, I'm definitely more motivated by improving people's lives and making the world a better place. After all, I'm an Enneagram 1 and I am like passion personified. I live by my values and I am driven by a higher calling. But I've become an expert business consultant and copywriter because I also want to live well and provide well for my family of 7. And I get filled up by helping visionaries make more money to share their solutions with the world. Ones who are making more money are not able to make a big difference. The more income you have coming into your organization, into your business, into your vision, the more people you can help. And if you want to do the same, if you want to seriously help a lot more people, then you have to consider the pricing strategy of your products and your services. Here's the problem. If you set your prices too high, then they won't buy. But if you set your prices too low, you might sell yourself right out of business. So how do you know where to set your prices so that you maximize conversions and also profit potential? Well, that's what we're going to discuss. But before we do that, before we dive in, there are some critically important things you need to know to plan your overall digital marketing game plan, write a magnetic sales message, and launch your sales funnel that generates leads and sales. And that's exactly why I created the 6-day introductory launch course called Time to Breakthrough. There's a lot that must be done with expert precision to craft an offer that's really enticing, and then writing the sales and promotional copy around that offer that clearly and persuasively communicates the value of your offer. Time to Breakthrough gives you a high-level view of everything you need to consider before you build your funnel. And if you've already been in the game, then you're guaranteed to learn some new things that will help you make over and build a better sales conversion process, system, funnel. So enroll into the course today. It's absolutely free. Enroll today. Find the link below and enroll for free today. Now, back to our discussion. Let's talk about my pricing strategy from way, way back in the day. Back in our early 20s, when my wife and I, Crystal, we operated 2 offline businesses back then, local service businesses. One was a carpet cleaning franchise and another was a janitorial cleaning franchise. I remember having a pricing meeting with Crystal, probably more of an argument if I'm honest, where I wanted to just keep it safe, play it safe, and just charge $60 a room for cleaning. If she wanted to raise the price, she wanted to raise the prices to $66 a room minimum for our carpet cleaning and upholstery cleaning services. Well, we were spending over $2,000 a month in advertising and put the prices in the ads that were being mailed to residents in our targeted zip codes. And I was afraid that we wouldn't get as much response if we raised those prices. But to Crystal's point, if we didn't raise those prices, we wouldn't make any money and we would drive ourselves right out of business. That was not good. That was not a good notion, a good prospect for us. So we raised those prices. And I'm telling you, to my utter surprise and amazement and delight, it did not affect sales one iota. In fact, our sales continue to increase as we continue to do more marketing without skipping a beat at the price increase. Real quick, Before we talk about the next thing in this video, if you're liking this content, please give it a thumbs up. But more importantly, please share it. Share it with fellow founders and entrepreneurs that you think it will help. And tell us what additional content that you would like to hear from us in the future in the comments below. Now, back to what we were talking about. I remember Crystal suggesting that we raise our prices, the price of an ebook that we were selling on a niche affiliate site that we had going in the early 2010s, from $17 to $37. I mean, that's a $20 jump, Crystal. Come on. Well, here again, it was more of an argument probably than a fair discussion. But in the end, she won out, and we raised those prices. And here again, I was shocked. I was shocked to discover that not only did our sales increase without skipping a beat, our traffic increased and our sales increased, and we didn't experience any pricing resistance. Zero price resistance, guys, from $17 to $37 for the ebooks that we were selling. Now, we were in a very targeted niche. We were smart. We chose our niche well. We knew our audience well. And we knew that the problem that we were helping to solve was a highly, highly emotional and important problem for them. And so raising that price, they may have seen it as a more valuable product that they were buying from us in that ebook by raising the price. Who knows? All I know is that the pricing change and the pricing increase worked. In the first case of selling our carpet cleaning services, pricing proved to be more elastic based on who we targeted. We targeted high income, affluent zip codes, and we sold more. We also noticed that customers who have found us through the newspaper, where we did full page inserts, tended to upsell more easily to the higher prices that we offered once we got into the home and upsold them to additional rooms and furniture and deodorizer and Scotch Guard and all these different things that we upsold customers to. They upsold more easily than our customers who were using Valpak, for instance. So these customers could be would far more easily upsell from a $135 service to a $200 or a $300 or even sometimes a $400 ticket, whereas our Valpak customers tended to be more bargain hunters, bargain shoppers. And if they came in on a $66 one room special, they took the $66 one room special and didn't upsell quite as easily as our newspaper subscriber customers upsold. So what are some takeaways that we can conclude from these two cases that I've just presented concerning prices and price increases? Well, number one, sell to the affluent. Since affluent customers have more financial margin, they are less price conscious and more value conscious, while low and middle class consumers tend to be more cash strapped. So they tend to be bargain shoppers and more concerned with buying low price goods and services rather than high value goods and services. You may say, but Anthony, I'm cash strapped myself. How can I sell to the affluent when I'm not even affluent? Well, if that's a concern for you, let me encourage you that most of the multimillionaires and billionaires that we see here in America were not born with a silver spoon in their mouth. In fact, the Forbes list is usually filled with immigrants who arrived in America penniless. Successful entrepreneurs, marketers, and salespeople rise to the top by focusing on solving problems for their target audience, not by focusing on their personal shortcomings. And the same is true for you. Focus more on your audience and the problems that you can solve for them, and less on yourself and your current situation, and you'll find your current situation will change. Now, offering a solid quick win in your offers is critical for building great offers for your products and services that leaves your customers wanting more of what you've got. And that's why we created the Quick Win Course Blueprint. Find the link in the description for this course below and enroll today to create a quick win course or workshop in the next 14 days. Now let's move on to takeaway number 2. Takeaway number 2 is raise prices the smart way. One of our past clients has a pretty high level visibility. Keynote presentations at big industry conferences, great PR from major news outlets, a big following on social media, high level contacts, and more. Still, all of this enviable exposure failed to translate into sales conversions and profits of their courses and programs, which means they were financially starving. They hired us and we helped them generate over 5 figures where they were before generating hundreds of dollars in sales. We helped them start generating over 5 figures in just the first 3 days of selling in a new sales funnel that we published online. Needless to say, we helped them generate hundreds of thousands of dollars within 12 months of systematically building their sales conversions and profit systems, and now they are awash in cash. That's amazing. If you're offering a $9.97 price point and you're trying to go from $9.97 to $15.97, 2 things happen. First, you just went from a 3-digit price point to a 4-digit price point, which adds to the sticker shock. Secondly, you need to consider that you just crossed the $1,000 threshold, which feels different in the psyche of buyers. How it feels is everything in selling, because buying something is an emotional experience. It's not just emotional some of the time, it's emotional. Buying something is emotional all of the time. So I would give more caution in this pricing strategy whenever you're going crossing that threshold of $9.97 to over $1,000 for something. I heard a business coach tell his coaching client that her $25,000 program was too cheap and that she should raise her prices to $50,000 plus. Sometime after that recommendation, though, we saw that this coach eliminate that ultra high ticket price program completely. Instead, they doubled down on their super low ticket coaching program that the coach started leading herself, whereas she had been using other coaches to lead in that low level program. Well, what happened? Well, my guess is that she got such a great pushback at those super high ticket prices and such an outcry and a fierce drawback happened that it forced her to take back the reins of her business to save it in fear of partial or total collapse. So you have to be extremely careful when you're taking your high ticket prices to super high ticket prices with how you do things. Be careful about that. Now, a way that you can do it successfully when you're at a $9.97 price point and you're wanting to go to a $15.97 price point or a $2,000 price point is make the $9.97 offer and then offer the additional value just as an upsell. And that gives you an opportunity to test whether that upsell is going to work for you and then test whether that higher price point is going to work for you. Offer it as an upsell instead of just the core offer in order to test that higher price point. That's the way that I would handle that. Another takeaway that you can take from these examples that I gave earlier is track the performance of your lead sources. It's so important to track the performance of every lead source that you have, especially when you're doing paid advertising. You want to know where you want to double down on your ad spend. And when you're doing content marketing, you want to know where people are coming from so you can double down on that particular area and focus. Now, if you are ready to take the next step, if you're planning out your sales funnel, schedule a discovery call with our team today. You'll find the link in the description below. Be sure to check out the next part in this series where we go deeper into the mastery of sales funnel building to grow your high profit, low stress lifestyle business without losing your soul or your shirt. See you in the next video.